How's your drink doing there?
It's doing well. It's good.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Welcome to Paper Flair with Mother Bear. I'm just here having coffee with my sister Lori, and she was kind of just taking a look at something that I did.
And like, what on earth is that, Barb?
That is my medieval castle.
Medieval castle. And how on earth did you make that?
Well, tell you what. Why don't we finish up our drinks, and I will take you and the viewers to the other room, and I will show you how I made my medieval castle. How's that?
Sounds good.
Okay, we'll see you in the other room. Okay, so we're here and we're going to make the castle. Now, do you know what the castle's made out of?
No, I haven't a clue.
Okay, well, let me show you what everything's being made out of. So what we have a
Bottle.
Right, a pop bottle. I've cut it and I have the bottom on that. We have another bottle, okay? Then we have a coffee container, all right? Okay.
Cool.
We have two toilet paper rolls. We have that. Then what's going to happen, we have those. And the rest is going to be tin foil.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so what we have to do is we have to get these all ready. So I'm going to get you to tear me some big pieces of tin foil, if you could do that for me.
How big is big?
Like big. I need big. I'm going to push these all over here for the time being. I'm going to grab the scissors. I don't trust you with scissors, so I'm going to do the scissors. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this, Lori.
Yeah.
And you know why I'm cutting this?
I don't. Oh. To spread it apart?
Yeah. So that way I can spread that apart. So,
Is that big enough?
yeah. So I'm just going to wrap this around like so. Now you know how on there I have a little peak, right? So I've done that just with a tin foil. Okay?
Okay.
All right, and I need another piece of tin foil.
There you go.
Okay? So I'm going to wrap that around there too. And that will form that just a little bit better. We'll go on to this right here. Okay, and we'll paper mache that to get it a better form. All right? So that goes on that one. So I'm going to take that down. And we're going to do the same with all of those. So I want to just do the 1 cup right now because now let's get this stuff out of the way here, okay? Put this over here. So what we're going to do is we have the toilet paper roll. If you want to pass me a tin foil for that, we're going to wrap that up too. And we're going to stuff that in just to make it a little bit heavier. We are going to make the guard towers. Okay, I can take that. So with the guard tower, we are going to form a little peak.
So what's a guard tower?
You know, in medieval castles, they have little towers at the drawbridge, so mean people don't, the bad guys don't get in.
Oh,
okay. The bad guys don't get in.
Okay.
All right? So that's a guard tower. They have someone at the guard there all the time. Those are the ones that usually get killed first.
Ah.
Okay, so there's the one guard tower, okay? So it's medieval, so it doesn't have to be perfect, and because they didn't have all the stuff we have these days to make things. So that will be the one guard tower, right?
Okay.
Okay. So then the next thing we want to do is we do want to put tinfoil around this, even though, you know why I want to put tinfoil around this?
I don't have a clue. Why would you?
Because we want it a little more rough looking. We don't want it smooth when we put paper mache over it. So if you want to grab me one of those, and we're going to put this around there, like so. And that just gives it a little more of a rough finish. And I'll need a big one for this.
Oh, bigger than that one, okay.
Yeah. Big, yeah, that's good.
There you go.
All right, so in this case, I'm gonna turn it this way. This is the main hall here.
How do you figure out how to do this?
I look at something and see what I can make out of it. Or if I decide I want to make a castle, I kind of go around the house with stuff, because I like to recycle. I need a little bit more.
Yeah. Does that work?
Yeah. To see what I could use around the house, and so there, they can't hear when I'm talking when I'm crumpling. See what I could use.
Yeah.
It's good to recycle stuff, right? So we need some on this side here too. Perfect. And we also do it on here, on these guys, because I just gotta do a little cut here.
Oh, for the door there?
Yeah, I'm gonna move that out of the way there. And we're gonna put tinfoil around this too. Give it a nice, now where's the door? I lost the door, Lori.
Oh, right there.
No,
Oh, no. It disappeared.
Where did the door go? Here it is. So when you do this,
The
kind of
hidden
mark
door.
where the hidden door is. So, okay. So we found the door. Okay, so we got it nice and crumpled around here. Okay?
Yeah.
So we just want a little bit of that on there, so when we do paper mache over it, gives it that rough look,
Yeah.
right? So what I want you to do, after you tear that for me, I want you to cut these, like I showed
like you did?
Yeah, I'll give you the scissors. If you can cut those for me, that'd be great.
I didn't watch that carefully. How far up? Is that enough?
Yeah, that's enough. This time I won't put that, there we go. Okay. Okay. Like that. Maybe one more cut in there. You want to pass me the tinfoil?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got me working hard here.
Well, you want to learn how to make this.
Yes, of course.
And I'll need another piece. So it's really not that hard. You just gotta work with it. And so that's basically how we get that going on there.
Okay.
All right. So if you want to pass me all of those there.
This one?
Yeah, pass me that. So you kind of get the idea how this is, hey? That'll go there.
Yeah, and then your guard tower.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is that we're going to finish doing all the tin foil and everything on these. We're going to wrap up the tin foil, then we're going to be ready to get this all done. We're going to be ready to do the paper mache on our next thing. And we'll be set to go. Okay?
It's looking pretty shiny.
Yes, it's shiny, but we'll get the paper mache on it. Okay, so we'll have to go get the glue and everything made up and get the paper and that, and we'll be good to go. Okay?
Sounds
so
awesome.
let's get that ready. All right? Okay, so Lori, I'm just going to touch this one up here. I think we've got everything all tin-foiled. We're ready to go. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is do paper mache. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move some of the stuff off to the side.
Okay.
So we have more room to paper mache. So I think what we'll do is we're going to start off with these. So what we want to do is we're going to paper mache this around and up and down. So this is where we get dirty.
Oh.
So we're going to just turn with our finger. You want to get your finger in? You can just hand me the paper.
Okay.
So you want to hand me a piece of paper and I'll get that in there.
There you go.
Okay, so what we want to do is we just want to stick that in there.
Yeah.
And then wipe off the excess glue. And why do we wipe off the excess glue?
Why?
So we don't make a mess.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to just start going around the bottom here. We make sure we're not going to paper mache our door closed, which could happen. Thank you. Geez, you're a great helper.
Well, I figure I should get my hands dirty.
Isn't this fun?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh. So we're just going to do this all the way up. We don't have to get too terribly wet. Just keep on going. We'll get this all paper mache'd around. So now you can see why we put the tin foil on, right?
Yeah.
Because that way it gives it more of a rough look to it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you remember doing paper mache when you're in school at all?
A little bit. Not a lot, though.
No?
No.
Yeah,
I think I
can
didn't
do
like it.
And why didn't you like it?
Because it was messy. You know how I was as a kid?
Oh, yeah. You just didn't want to get dirty at all. No. Whereas me, I was the tomboy.
Yeah.
She was a little Miss Princess. Okay, so we used to do lots of crafts.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Mom was a crafter. There we
Wait,
go.
do you just, like paper, like do you buy it or do you have
Well,
the scraps or what do you do?
With this, you can use newspaper. You can use any scraps. And I get people to save paper for me.
Okay.
I had a lot of paper that I had closed out a store, and I had spare paper there, so I'm using that from this that I had got from there. And so yeah, recycled paper. Newspaper's hard to come by, so I've been using newspaper. And so you can use newspaper, you can use shredded paper, anything you can use with that. And you know, some of the stuff I use too, even paper towels, Kleenex for the mud stuff, you can use any type of paper you want to.
Even paper bags? Would that be
Yeah,
cheaper?
you can tear those up. You just have to soak those a little bit more. You can use paper bags. I've never used paper bags, but anything that's paper, you can use. And so far I've been using newspaper, just scrap paper, shredded paper, and stuff like that too. I use the shredded paper more for padding stuff.
Okay.
And this stuff here is just to get it on here so you can, oh, you got a double piece there.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. And to get it around so you can mud it and paint it on there, okay? So we get that around. Usually I put a couple layers on it. All right, you just soak that.
Sorry, I'm not moving fast enough. Laura's production line better get it act together.
So we do all of these, and then after when we get this done, we do the mudding on it. So yeah, that's a small piece.
So mudding.
Yeah, we'll get into that after.
Okay,
So
I'm
let's
getting ahead.
yeah, we're going to concentrate on this stuff here first. And we'll get that done there. Perfect. All right, see how much fun that is?
So this glue.
Yep. Oh, yes, this is the glue that we use. Thank you, Laura. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Is flour. So basically, you can buy some glue. You can use Elmer's glue if you want to with flour. But what I do is I use water and flour. So I put 1 cup flour, 2 cups water, and so 2 to 1, or 1 to 2, whatever, and to get the glue. And then I also put salt in it.
And why do you put salt in it?
Salt you use so it you don't get a back mold forming on it. I've done it when I first started doing this. I didn't put salt in it, and it can get pretty stinky. Yeah. So, but now this way. Okay, I think we're good with that because this is going to be covered up here. So let's do. I'm going to do this part here now. So we're going to start here. We're going to do the tower. I'm just going to wrap that around. Okay.
I wiped my hand on my apron. It's pretty dirty.
That's okay. The apron's wash.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. There we go. See, this feels good that you just get your hands in there and you crunch that down. And yeah.
Does it feel weird against
You
the...
want to try it?
I guess I could.
Here, give it a try. And you have to get it in and underneath.
Yeah.
Crunch it in underneath.
Ew.
Okay, you don't like it, I can tell.
I'm better at this.
You can just do it that way.
Yeah, I'm getting good at this.
Yeah, you're getting really good at that, so we can do that. So maybe you can get good enough that you can make your husband a Christmas present.
Ooh, let's not push it too far. Don't want to get his hopes up, you know.
But he would love it because you made it for him. You don't sound too confident about that. So sometimes you have problems with this sticking. So I have problems right here. So I'm going to take a piece. You want to rip that in half for me?
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just rip that in half.
And then
And
it's just-
I'm just going to stick that in there just to keep it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. And just kind of keep that together in there. And then we're going to wrap one crisscross applesauce, like I like saying, to get that across so it holds it in place. Okay.
You're a poet and you didn't even know it.
So are you. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to put that across like this. So you can see that you can just go around the house if there was something that you want to make in particular. And you just go around the house and say, well, what can I use for this? What could this be made out of? And so when I was going around, I was going, well, I could go buy Dixie cups, you know, just to make the point in that. I'm going, but I have these paper cups that I'm never going to use all of them because I had so many of them. And so then I go, well, how do I make the tip? I said, well, tin foil. I use tin foil for everything.
Yeah.
And tin foil is a good thing to form because it's so easy to form things with.
Yeah.
And so that's how I got this out of that. So this is more of a whimsical castle.
You're getting in the way.
Yeah, and so it's not a typical, it's more of like a gnomes type castle. You know I have no man's land.
Yes. Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, so, and any of you people that don't know me that well, I do have a no man's land in my backyard. And, but we'll get to that in the spring. There we go. So we're going to paper mache the rest of this stuff. And then when we get back, we'll be all done paper macheing this. But this gives you an idea how we paper mache things and how it's done. And then this is going to have to dry, but poof, just like that. And we're magic here.
Yeah, it's cool.
We're going to have it dried, and then we're going to do, we'll talk about mudding. Okay?
Sounds
all right,
like
so let's
fun.
get this all finished up, and then we'll clean up and everything, all right?
Yeah.
All right, I know you don't like that.
Yeah. I made a bunch of mess on your
Oh,
tablecloth,
that's
too.
okay, that's fine. We can clean, I'll get you to clean it up.
Okay.
Okay? All right. You were so, look at
I heard her say,
Because it was just so...
we were kidding.
I hear Mom.
Oh, Lori.
Yeah.
Okay, we got everything all paper mache and that, and now it's time to do the mudding. And look at you.
Yeah.
You did get paper mache all over yourself. Yeah, she was never that neat. Okay, so what we've done is that I've left one piece to mud. So basically, this is the done product of the paper mache. Now what I usually do is I put a mud over top of this. It's a kind of a liquidy mud. So I make that myself.
Why do you mud?
To smooth it out and give it a little more protection. Because it's paper, right?
Oh, okay.
And you want something that's not going to, if it gets a little wet. So what I do is this that I've made here, it is made out of flour, and just, you can use primer, you can use any paint you have around the house, and you just add it in, you use the beaters, preferably not beaters that you cook with all the time, just have normal beaters, you know, just one for crafting and that. And again, add salt.
Okay.
So we add salt because,
You don't want it to smell and get moldy.
right. Okay, so this right here is just more of a pea soup type of thing, okay? So I'm just going to paint that on here. And you just go like this. You just paint it on, and it just protects it.
So it doesn't have to be super thick?
not on this. Now, if you're going to use it for a little more, fill in more cracks and stuff, or want to add thickness to it, you can make it thicker. However, this I just want to kind of paint on here. Usually, if I want to form something to make it thicker, I use a different mud, which is basically this drywall mud.
Okay.
And it goes on pink, and it's great because it goes on pink, and when it turns white, you know it's dry. So there's no
guessing.
No guessing on that. And because knowing me, I'd be too anxious and I'd want to get it done and it wouldn't be dry enough. And so this way I look at it and go, oh, not pink, I can't touch that, onto another project. Okay, so we've got this painted and everything, right? So that's it. That's all you do, and you let that dry. So I'm going to put that over here for now, because now I'm going to show you some other things that we've done here.
Okay.
So on here,
The door.
there's the door. I put this mud on it here. So it's this pink mud, right? You see?
Yeah.
And I put that on there just to rough it up a bit. And I made the window. Okay, because all castles need windows. Rapunzel can look out of this one if she wants to. And they actually can go inside there. See, there's a little hole.
Oh.
Yeah. So I formed that out of the pink mud. All right.
Okay.
So that's what that's about. And I did the roughing of that with the towers and everything too. So so those are the muds that I do use. We'll take those off to the side because I've done a lot of this stuff ahead of time, because we are actually going to go into our painting right now. I'm going to put that right there. We'll get this all out of the way. Now, as you can see, our door. If someone wanted to use this, a child wanted to use it, they could pretend and, put people in there, whatever, or you can hide your money in there if you wanted to. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint now. So we are going to paint this a castle brown. Okay, so the castle brown is, we'll just add white. Okay, we're going to do white, like that. And we're going to add some brown to it.
So this will make it not quite as dark then?
Right,
Yeah.
because we want a kind of a sandy color. You know what? Shouldn't say that. You can do your castle any color you want. You could do it pink if you wanted to, but I want to do a brown castle with a red roof.
And the paint that you use, is it a special kind of paint?
Thank you for asking. I use an acrylic paint, and that's a good paint for using on paper mache. It sticks to quite nicely and everything, and it covers quite nicely too. But what I like to do is, sorry, I need to add water to it. Why do I add water to it? I had to do that, sorry. You knew I was going to do that. I had to add water to it because, just to make it thinner. Okay. So basically what we do, we usually put 2 coats on. So we're just going to paint this here, okay? And it's kind of a nice brown color. It could be darker, but we'll have this one a little bit lighter. And you just paint it the nice color. You want to try some painting?
Sure.
Okay, so you can paint the, you're going to paint, yeah, you can paint that.
It's the same color?
Yeah, same color. So we're going to paint this.
Oh, it's a nice color.
Yeah, it is a nice color. So we're going to paint all of this. And the color of the roof, you know what color we're going to go with the roof?
I don't know what color.
We're going to go red, just to pop it.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And because, not in medieval times did they had red. Maybe they did. Maybe they did have red roofs. We don't know. But this is going to be a medieval castle for gnomes. Yeah. This is a no man's land's medieval castle. So as you can see how this paint goes on here nicely. Now, if you're going to use something for outside, you can get acrylics for outdoor acrylic paint.
So it just stands up better.
It stands up better. What I've done, I hadn't used that in the past, but I use a lot of spray on it, like protective spray, lacquer, to help that out with that too. But this one isn't meant for outside. This one was what we're going to do inside.
Oh, sorry.
And I'm getting painted too by my sister.
I'll take that off.
Thank you. See, I only shoot her with water and she hits me with paint. Okay, so we got that done there. So, with this afterwards too, we put it on a base. Now, I've done the base ahead of time. I'm just going to show you the base. I'm going to wipe this off on myself.
Well, you're getting dirty.
Yeah, I wonder why. So I've got this base right here. You can keep painting.
Okay.
There you go. So what I've done with the base, this is just cardboard, and I paper mache'd that also, okay? Now, with that, I have put stones on here to make the fence around it.
That's really nice.
So when you do this, this goes right on here like that, and then we get the top and everything on it, and put the stones around it. And so let's say this one will go here, right?
Yeah.
And that'll go on top of
Yeah.
here. And just give me that for a second.
Sure.
We're gonna have to get this all painted up and everything like that. That goes there, there. We're gonna paint these red. The towers will go here. So we're gonna finish painting these, Lori.
Okay.
Okay, we'll get the red paint and everything done here. I'll get that back to you to paint.
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna get finish painting this all up. So don't go away, because when this is done, when we come back, this will be all done and it's gonna look fabulous. Okay, so keep on painting.
Yep.
No, you missed a spot.
Okay.
Okay, make sure you get in every little nook and cranny there. Right in there. Yeah. I think we did pretty darn good here. What do you think?
I think so too. It's pretty awesome, Barb.
Now, was it as hard as you thought it was going to be?
You know, it wasn't that hard, but it was really messy.
Just a little bit messy. But you know what? I really want to thank you for helping me. It was lots of fun.
Yeah, it was fun, and thanks so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. And I'd like to thank you, viewers, for watching. But you know what? I need you to stay tuned for the next episode, because it's going to be about painting on a canvas with paper mache. You know, it's kind of like a love story. So from me to you, handmade with special care by Mother Bear. Until next time, have fun creating your very own paper Flair. Bye-bye.